Welcome back everyone, my name's Eltamar, and we are going to be continuing our playthrough of Avowed. Where we left last time, we killed a bear in the ancient grotto there, which was a pretty cool little dungeon, I gotta say. We now have some exploration to do before we clear out the rest of this area. I don't think we have very many main quests, or any quests on the go, except for Kai. We need to talk to him at some point. We need to find the missing fragments of the Skane talisman, or totem, whatever you want to call it. And we need to go talk to the leader of Fiorme Inverno, which I guess we could go do. Inverno, not Inverno. But regardless, I guess we can go do that really quickly. Let's go see what he has to say about... We could explore the town. Actually, that's not a bad idea. We haven't really looked around at the town here. We kind of just did the bounties, grabbed one food-related quest to go put dead to rest or whatever. And that's pretty much all we've done in the town, to be honest. So we should take a look around, see what treasure there is. Let's try and find a way of doing this in an orderly manner. So this is the door in, and we are basically at the door. Let's just go counterclockwise, or as some people say, anti-clockwise, around the rim and see what we can find. I don't want their meat and stuff, I don't care. There's an alley with some gold. I am kind of curious about something here. Nope, can't jump that high. Too high. We can just walk in. Alright, fair enough. Quilly's Journal 2. The crop is ruined, there's no denying it now. The Dream Scourge has come to the Emerald Stair. Vidaro insists on feigning ignorance. He wants to prevent panic, but we are losing precious time. Lives could be lost. What's more, Giatta has become restless in Fiorme and Inverno. I must remind myself that I once found myself aching for the promise of something greater. I can still hear Yatzli's voice that first night at Naku Tedek. Our future is a blaze of risk. Isn't that wonderful? But this time I cannot run. Vidaro cares little for animancy or legacy. His comfort is king. I keep asking myself, what's the point of it all? If we abandon animancy at the first sight of struggle. That was paraphrased, because I didn't read every single word. Might be. Well, anyways, let's look around. There's another... Oh, here's another piece of journal. The first part of the journal. Today, Talu approached me at the market, a bundle of greens in his hand. At first, I thought his crops had withered with usual rot, but upon further inspection, the mold shimmered with strange gloss. I brought the bundle back to my shop for immediate testing. So the Dream Scourge is here. Oh, there's another piece of journal, the third one. I fear the worst. For days now, Giatta and I passed the gates before sunrise to record the essence in the Emerald Stair's soil. The results are erratic and unpredictable. The crop, once green and plentiful, is wilted and smells of decay. The wildlife shows signs of strain. A bear emerged from hibernation months early, completely rabid. We found several sparrows fallen on the floor, dead without any sign of attack or cause. The symptom of a larger disease. Okay, that's all good to know. Some good lore, but where's your treasure? Where are you hiding your loot? You don't have any loot. Although I do like animancy lanterns, are kind of cool. Nothing like using someone's soul energy to power your light. Ah, maybe your treasure's up here. I'll take your grenade that you've just left on a table for some reason. There's a letter here. Darling, I wish you could have joined me this time. I understand Vidaro needs his hand held at the best of times, let alone during the onset of a famine, but still, ruins are a little more beautiful with you here to explain things to. Of course you can't join me now. Even if Vidaro's suddenly grown competent, I've explored this ruin thoroughly, and I'm sure the locals are sick of me by now. So don't miss me too much, my dear. I'll be home soon. Yatsli. This is a lovely little room. It's got like a mini piano. A small book, which is very long and we're not going to read yet. What a nice little place. 2-bedroom? No baths, but still 2 bedrooms. And you get the downstairs, which, you know, doesn't have any bedrooms. You kind of have to go outside to get to your... Actually, you have to go really far to get into the main part of your house. But Even still, this is a pretty large place. I'm gonna go with like 4 grand a month. Okay, ready to talk to her. She gave us that quest. Edict of Subsistence. By orders of the governor, by order of the governor's will and office, all greens, fruits, and grain of the earth are to be rationed by Fjord's proper authority. Effective immediately, these temporary measures shall be in place until further notice. Any attempts of subversion shall be swiftly dealt with. Ignacy Vidaro Vel Sauvant of Emerald Stair. Ah, here we go. Here's some loot. Pistol.
Vidaro says the current crop looks promising, though.
How can he know that?
Everyone looks ominous when lit by lightning.
Be patient.
Common bow. Letter. The apothecary shop. Martin, please apologize to your customers for the delay in sending this order. I'm afraid we can only send half of what you requested. The herbal yield in Emerald Stair was less than I'd hoped this season for quality medicinals and tinctures. I hope this shipment suffices for the time being. And there's a lockbox here, which has some random junk. Nothing that we want. I want things that make my guns better. But I think that's all there is in this place, so let's leave. There's a staircase that leads to nothing. There might have been a door here at one point. Maybe not. Just like stone behind there. What's the point of this staircase then? You can't just be putting staircases in for no reason. I'm stealing your essence bottle. Rejection letter. Thank you for your humble application to the Animancer's Workshop of Fiorme Averno. We regret to inform you that admittance cannot be granted at this time. While your proposal on using Adra implements to siphon essence to specific genital features of male anatomy was certainly unexpected, we suggest you reconsider your suggestions for practical application. He's trying to make Animancy boner pills. Or Animancy size enlargement, perhaps? Maybe someone's feeling a little inadequate. Oh, you want to talk? Like, actually talk.
Okay, we'll try again.
But it's the 3rd time.
You know how it is. Their standards are impossible. It isn't personal.
Of course it's personal. It's the Animancer's Workshop.
Is there something I can do to help?
Maybe we need some feedback on our proposal.
Using essence to cure male flaccidity is uncharted territory. I'm sure of our thesis.
Animancy Viagra, gotcha. Now you have my attention.
Excellent. That bodes well, but I'm still not convinced. Perhaps our proposal title wasn't clever enough? What do you think of this? Boning without bones, essence and the performativity of male anatomy.
Consider this. From stick to stone, using essence to
I like that one
augment
more.
male
Stick to stone's
performance.
good. I suggest erecting the future, a burgeoning science of manomancy.
That's brilliant, huh? Simple.
Manomancy, I love it.
Brilliant.
We've done it again.
I did it, that was amazing.
Until they read this, the days of packing rope are at an end.
Oh, I quite enjoyed that. It wasn't a real quest, but that was fun. I liked it. I kind of like when they shoehorn in, you know, real life problems that people have. The note is hastily scrawled, but radiates with love. LM, I hope this note finds you well. What an occasion, despite lackluster fruit. You always were the life of the party, despite your claims otherwise. I look forward to more antics soon. Until we meet again, FB. Can't open the gate with not machine gun fire, but with handgun fire. Maybe there's a way around. We'll take a look anyways.
Giatta, what's the meaning of this?
Look at these crops. Look at your city. The Dream Scourge is laying waste to our home.
There is no dream scourge in Emerald Stair.
Don't lie.
The land begs to differ, and I can prove it.
We can discuss this in private.
We are discussing it now.
Okay, let's talk to these people.
How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us. Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike?
Yo, guilty. Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm also looking into the Dream Scourge.
In that case, you're right on time.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Seems more likely you'll have to punch some sense into him.
I like punching.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion.
I'm an Adiran envoy? Is that official enough?
Very well. I hope you remember that behind these walls, your influence has limits.
I'm sure he didn't come all this way just to challenge your authority. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now, our farms.
I've seen corruption in nature, but never this advanced.
There may still be time to reverse the damage.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the Dream Scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did.
But you do. What would it take for you to fix this?
Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Must be nice that all the arguing isn't about you, for once.
I'm just trying to stop Giatta from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark.
I think she knows what she's doing.
I see you're unfamiliar with animancy. Be careful with your assumptions.
Shut up.
Are you going to tell him about your family's basement? Or should I?
How dare you use that against me?
What's in the
I know
basement?
it was an accident. But look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart.
If we worked together, I wouldn't stand between you and your ambitions.
Really? Unexpected from an Adiran. But how could I refuse an offer like that?
I like animancy. I think it's cool.
Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Giatta.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giatta Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Messiverno.
Banished?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giatta is an outcast.
You're making a mistake.
Perhaps, but I can't just let her continue to poison the minds of my animancers.
They aren't your animancers. Your father understood that.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Messiverno. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west by the workshop.
So she can be a new character? She seems pretty fleshed out for a character. It's a little unclear. I don't even know who all the NPCs are in this game.
Maybe we'll need to let Kai hunt more after all.
Alright, well, let's go loot the governor's house. Wait, there's a bedroom key somewhere. Let's go find the key and not waste our lockpicks. It's gotta be around. If I were a key, where would I be? Maybe upstairs? You know, this is an awful lot of food considering a town's starving, Governor. It's always the rich people that are shits. Not always, but like 99% of the time. Hark! I hear the telltale sound. Oh, there's a bedroom key. And a lockbox that has... Valian breastplate. What does that do? It has... 2% damage reduction, 1% 1 additional damage reduction, and 20% movement speed. It's actually pretty decent armor, but I think our other armor is better because of the 2 perception, which is super good. I have sworn to the people on my family's honor that there is no Dream Scourge in Emerald Stair. If it exists, it cannot touch our lands. When I'm alone at night, I must remind myself of that promise again and again, even if I must scream it to these empty halls. So why do I feel threads pulling away from the fabric of my community while I strain to hold them together? It's the old man and his protege, or else my imagination, but probably them. Mother's condition isn't helping my cause, neither does wine. So you're a drunk with an insane mother who is deeply... Sorry, I got distracted. That's what I'm looking for. When someone doesn't believe something's happening. Ugh. It's early in the morning. My brain isn't braining yet. Denial. He's deeply in denial. That's the word I'm looking for. Jesus. It's a rough morning. Let's go open that bedroom. Ooh, there's a book. I'm just going to grab it and add it to my journal. The scripture, which may provide some information on where to find things, but I'm going to grab all the books. I thought I heard a chiming sound over here. An agricultural report. Governor, my research points to one inevitable conclusion. The harvest will fail. Before you ignore me again, read on. Listen, my father spoke of a river of souls flowing through the island. The souls feed our crops and power our machines. We agree on that much. What do you think happens when the river gets polluted? If you don't believe me, look at your own farms. The soil is hollow. It might even have the Dream Scourge. The time has come to break the bones of the living lands and set them into a more agreeable fashion. It may be Firome Averno's only hope. We should discuss this in person. I'm confident you'll see reason. He was not. Governor Vidaro, all the talk of the Dream Scourge infecting the land has grown too loud to ignore. If it was just Quilishi, we could see our way past it. Call him senile and the discussion's over, yes? But now Giatta is speaking for him, and you'd be hard-pressed to find an Animancer who doesn't trust Giatta Castel. To put it plainly, we demand results of one kind or another. Let the old man do his research or find some way to discredit him. If you're lucky, he'll discredit himself. What are you afraid of, Ignacy? We wonder. Either way, this has to end. It's tearing us apart. Your father would have put a stop to it by now. With patience, your friends in town. So there's some... Oh, you... I wish I could shoot him in the head. I just hate people like that. The head in the sands crowd are like, oh, no, if I ignore the problem will go away. It won't. It almost never does. I'm gonna rob your stupid place.
I've got a powerful feeling we weren't supposed to see this.
The Valian Republic's... Oh, this is just... Oh, no, it's actually a book. The Valian Republic swindled me out of the Sangreta Ducala, denied me my born right to lead Sperento's government. I would not take such insults lying down. Skane was behind me all along, whispering into my ear, pressing my shoulder with skinless fingers. Together we sowed a revolution. Now you can actually taste the fruit it bore. I can only imagine the day Sperento woke to discover the empty halls of his academia, the pillaged libraries. Where did our brightest minds go? Where are the Animancers? They blamed me, yet they had no one to blame but themselves. We journeyed to this frontier in defiance of the Valian Republics. We remain because our community is a living revolution, proof that we can thrive without a golden chain around our necks. And yet you have your own golden chain. Ignacy, I write this in a rare moment of clarity. Before he left us, your father was a proud, stubborn, wonderful man. Let me offer you a word of advice on his behalf. Those who rule with power are destined to be overthrown by power. Those who rule with heart are destined to be cherished long after they're gone. I can feel the fog drifting back over my thoughts. Goodbye, Ignacy. Hopefully not for long. Your mother, Estelle. Shimmering wings, gnashing teeth, chew through the dirt. Where are my hands, Ignacy? Where are my hands? My hands, my hands, my hands.
No darkness. Only
She... Did I kill her? Nope. So your mother has the Dream Scourge very clearly, and you are still living in denial because you suck. I'm gonna go talk to him. See if I can shoot him in the face for being such an asshole. You.
I'm sorry you had to witness that spectacle. Giatta is a spirited animancer, but she can be intolerable at times. Whatever you may think of us, I welcome you to Fiorme Siverno.
Why don't you listen to Giatta or Quilishi?
Quilichi wants us panicking over what he can't even prove. If there's a threat to Emerald Stair, it's that old man and his fear-mongering. Don't waste your time on him.
That will be my choice to make.
For your sake, I hope you make the right one.
I know what the right one is.
This Nim dude wouldn't see a Balrog coming if it did a little dance right in front of him.
True story.
If there's nothing more, I have a city to run.
Why is your mother locked up in her bedroom?
I knew I heard someone snooping about. And you have the gall to confront me like a common criminal. This conversation is over.
Does she have the Dream Scourge?
That is not a topic for discussion. I'll hear no more of this. You go about your business, and I'll go about mine.
Relax.
I hate him.
Cool, just asking questions.
I hate him so much. There's no Dream Scourge. You can't ask me if my mom has Dream Scourge. Shut the fuck up. You're the worst type of person to lead a city. People who lead things need to be able to accept alternative points of view and to face reality
to take a look around?
and not just make their own reality. Anyways, let's see what they got here to buy. There's some Audra, but no awakened Audra. There is some hardwood branches, but I don't think we need any of those at the moment. Lodestone is a unique weapon, but we don't need that either. Let's sell all of the other junk we have. All these fine weapons and stuff. I need some cash money. I'm a little poor. I'm of course not going to sell the unique stuff. And we'll disassemble the common stuff. And we'll sell all the gems. Let's sort by value. What else is worth anything? Of course, the awakened Adra we're carting around. All of the necklaces and stuff. We might not need to carry around so many necklaces and boots. We should probably disassemble or get rid of those. Alright, let's roll. Nothing I really want to buy. Door open. New house. Or... oh, this is the Animancy workshop. Okay. No entering that door. There's a chime from up there, I think. The Moons of Aora. This is just more books. I'm just gonna add that for now. We'll read. We'll do a big read later. Like a big lore video at some point, probably. See if we can't go through all the books in one go. It'd be like an hour-long video of just reading. Alright, that's another book. Yoink, grab all that. Is that another book? Nope. My rejection of so-called ethics. Animancy is a magnet for naysayers who cherish ignorance over progress and safety over opportunity. I do not deny that our art has produced some misfortune over the years. Beatrix, Brackenbury, and even at the Castell House, to name a few. But why should these isolated incidents cast such a long shadow? When a ship sinks to the bottom of the ocean, no one forces merchants to abandon their trade. I say that we resist society's unjust call to smash our machines and burn our research. We are animancers. Society is welcome to join us, but we won't hesitate to leave them in our dust. I like that. Summit meeting notes on the Deadfire event. Spiritual disturbance in the Deadfire Archipelago, Governor Ignacy Vidaro presiding. All agree that a disturbance shook the metaphysical veil between the here and the beyond. Cause of disturbance unknown, experiment gone wrong. Rumor of giant Adra statue dismissed as mass hallucination. Per Cucili requests to contact the Republic's associates for second opinion. Governor Vidaro denies the motion because he wants to stick his head in the sand like a moron. Results inconclusive, no action required at this time. Of course, why would they ever want to take action against anything? They can just ignore things are going on and hope for the best.
This again. You're beginning to sound like Giatta.
What is this? We can place an Adragon heart there. I'm not sure what that did.
Excuse me, but I'm that busy.
Can I go into this thing? I put the heart there. I'm not sure why. Can I press any buttons? No.
Excuse me, but I'm that busy.
Does anyone else want to talk to me about what just happened? A lockpick?
Alright, explain it to me again. Imagine a river.
On the way. I'm sorry. I'm not in a place to talk right now.
Tell me what you're working on.
Yesterday, I made an incredible discovery. We can use half as much Adra to achieve the same results. And then I thought, what if one day it's a third, a quarter, a speck?
Wouldn't that be a good thing?
No. To harness these forces for so small a price is too much power. Who knows what kind of chaos we'll create? I have been reading Athelnir's treatise on Vodka. Perhaps she's right. Maybe animancy should be reined in.
Set an example. Show your colleagues it can be used for good.
How can I? Alright. I'll do some more tests and see where they lead me. But I won't publish anything until I'm absolutely sure.
I was kind of hoping I'd get a quest or something for dropping off that Adra heart, or Delimgan heart, but apparently not. Alright, well we'll leave this alone for now. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Maybe there's a quest we sort of missed by just putting the heart in early? Tavern. Alright, I took some grog for free. Bomb and dagger just jabbed into the thing there. You.
Back again?
Can't remember what you had for sale. Lockpicks. I'm gonna buy your lockpicks. And that's it. Moving on. Okay, where were we at? So we walked... Oh, we're almost done. Guess we gotta do the middle eventually, but... This place isn't that big, so we kind of went this way. Through the workshop. We just have like a handful of buildings left. Where are we now? Okay, we're going towards... There's another door there. Get out of the city. That's the workshop? No. Oh, I went way back. I see. I went the wrong way. Okay. Moving on this way. Giatta's just over here somewhere. There's the workshop. We jumped down here because we had to. This is the tavern. No, this is just a house.
What did you think would happen when you confronted him so?
Well, my first idea was to mess up his house. Maybe break a window or two.
Perhaps I should thank you for showing restraint.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's grab the Ecology of the Living Lands by Arthur Castell. No one can explain why the living lands normally grows and thrives in an unnatural manner. We've seen plant life consume mountains overnight, creatures tall enough to knock over mighty trees, and beneath it all, a potent river of wild essence. Civilization has not found a stable foothold in the living lands. Whenever we try, there's some reprisal, almost as if the island knows how to shrug us off. I'm gonna steal your guys' lockbox of stuff. There's no weakened wood in there. Yeah, I'm gonna take your peppers. I don't know why I'm stealing all your food, although you have a good chunk. Alright, let's talk to Giatta.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What an asshole.
Agreed.
Giatta, some manners, if you please.
I thought she was being polite.
We're on the verge of extinction, but our governor is too busy protecting his fragile ego.
Then why didn't... Actually, he's focusing on the wrong problems, that's for certain.
What does he know? He isn't even an animancer.
You did challenge his authority.
I know, but... Curses. Without Fior Misiverno, I'm hardly even an animancer. My tools, the workshop, all gone.
Alrighty. You stuck to your principles, that's what matters.
I wish I could take credit for Giatta's stubbornness, but she learned that on her own.
Thanks, old man. At least now I'm free to study whatever I want. On my terms. The Dream Scourge has been a thorn in my side for too long.
You talk like you have a vendetta against it.
In a way, I do. I have plans for this island, and they don't involve the Dream Scourge. But that's a story for another day.
Your parents would be proud to see such tenacity.
Anyway, listen to us babble. Let's talk about you. I never expected to see a Nadiran envoy here. You've got a lot of guts showing your face in a town full of animancers.
Not everyone in Adir hates animancy.
We will set aside our differences for the greater good, won't we, Giatta?
Our first order of business is the Dream Scourge, but I'm also curious about you. There aren't many godlike left these days.
You think there might be a connection?
Wouldn't that be a coincidence? I only bring it up because animancy might offer us some insight into your nature. Keep an open mind. While I pack up my belongings, you can help me by...
Let her finish.
I don't even know. I just realized this is the end. I have to leave Fior Messiverno. Forever.
No, you don't. Nothing ends. Think of it as a new beginning with new friends.
Some people don't find out who they really are until they leave home.
You'll be alright. My advice, find a good tavern and learn how to prepare squirrel over an open flame.
Maybe if I focus on what I have gained, I can learn to accept everything I've lost.
Sure.
When it comes to the Dream Scourge, we haven't been allowed to acknowledge the problem, much less act on a solution. Today, that changes. I need help from the animancers around town, but as you can see, I'm an outcast.
Maybe I'll have better luck.
I hope so, because we're running out of options. Manto Pastor is in the workshop due west. He's got an invention that can help us.
Okay.
Elia Rossell is an authority on the undead. Her methods are controversial, but useful. She lives in a cottage southeast of town. And then there's Yvette and Remy, our philosophers. You'll find them at the docks, southeast of Fior. Each of them owes me a favor. Drop my name and they'll tell you what they know about the Dream Scourge.
Such an eclectic bunch of animancers.
No one ever achieved the impossible without being a little unhinged. We're about to make history. But first, research.
Guessing she's not much
Okay.
of a hunter. Might want to get extra rations next time we go shopping.
Godlike, Imperial Envoy, Research Assistant. Who knew?
I'm a capable person. Let's go speak with Monto. He's closest, I guess. Since we jammed the heart in there already.
For an Adiran, you're very resourceful. And a more than capable companion for poor Giatta.
I got your machine running. Now tell me about the Dream Scourge. I think we
With
missed some
any luck,
conversation
I can
there.
tell you a great deal. Now that I've got the heart, my thirsty invention will drink deeply of its essence. All that's left to do is calibrate it. First things first, let's have a look at your soul. I'm going to ask some questions to induce a metaphysical quiver. No, not to worry, just testing your reflexes. Let's start with an easy one. You wake up on a beach, looking up into the sun. Your hands are covered in blood.
I continue looking at the sun.
All right. Let's try some word association. Tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Pendulum.
Clock.
Chrysalis.
Transformation.
A spark ignites a flame. An idea ignites a war.
Hello? You still with me?
I'm pretty sure I felt that metaphysical quiver you were talking about.
Strange. Shouldn't feel anything in the physical sense. No matter. Let's go over your results. Your soul is like a piece of sea glass. All the edges are smoothed down. Quite beautiful, really. Your godlike nature is a marvel to behold.
The Watcher in Paradise told me there's a thorn in my soul.
Not to besmirch a colleague, but Watchers aren't the most reliable sources. What I see is something entangled about your soul. An outside presence that both is and isn't a part of you. It's old, dark, and rather tricky to pin down. Very interesting.
I need to trace it back to the source.
That would be closer to Giatta's area of expertise. I'm sure she'd love to give you a look. Fascinating. Thank you for getting my machine calibrated again. But you came for Giatta's theory of the Dream Scourge. Between the two of us, she's on to something. Our farms are in great peril. The essence has been drained from the land, diverted, like the flow of a river.
So Giatta's right. Why didn't anyone step in to defend her?
And risk joining her in exile? No. Without this workshop, we have nothing.
You can get rid of the stupid leader you have.
Regardless, essence doesn't just disappear. It must be going somewhere. All I can tell you is keep looking. You'll find what you're after. As much as I hate giving people bad news, that's all I have. Please give Giatta my fondest regards.
Keep looking, huh? I'm getting a bad feeling about what we'll find.
Okay, well we got that one done at least. I guess we can just teleport to the AB one. We need to leave the city, go to Emerald Stair. There's one here and one there. After we talk to these people, I think we'll call it a video. We've been going for a little bit here. We're at, what, 38 minutes or so? I need to leave this. This is what I came here to do. And oh, I hope I hit the right button. Hit spacebar by oh.
The Adra stirs, a crackle of light in a withered field.
Back for more.
The bars stifle us. We cannot recall when last we spoke. Hollow faces in a line. What has come of this place?
You're is a mess. This is what becomes of incompetent leadership.
A pack without a leader. A crown upon a shaken cub. We feel them. They bend and hone the essence of the earth. They draw from our veins like a well. What are these rituals?
It's called animancy.
A new tongue. An unfamiliar name. A harvest grows. The dead rise. What do they hope to achieve?
They want to, actually, they're trying to learn the secrets of life and death.
Lift the shroud from the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
They build walls in their hearts. Why do they not share what they make?
Animancy is misunderstood.
Punished. Cast out. We understand. We peer through the murky water in vain. What is the truth?
Anything that can improve people's lives is worth the risk.
A bitter tincture heals. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. We have learned much. Dream of soaring wings in your repose.
Okay, we are in the right place. It looks like it didn't take us to the city. I didn't hit the go back to where we started button by accident, so that's a plus. This is the Revenant farm. Looks like the Revenants are getting very Dream Scourgy now. It's a little worrying. Their plants all suck, so...
A godlike in Emerald Death. Well, maybe our luck's improving.
Let's talk.
I'd offer to shake your hand, but I've been elbow deep in Beatrix all day.
What happened here?
Sorry, I've been on my own for a while, and I forget how unusual this looks. As you can see, this is my reanimated corpse farm.
We can smell it, too.
I'm trying to demonstrate the value of undead labor, but of course nothing is ever that simple.
Do they work for free?
They get 3 meals a day and a comfortable home. What more could they ask for?
I've certainly dealt with worse.
Now, Beatrice, she's being a real problem, if you can believe it. Would you be a dear and reach into her guts? Feel around for anything that doesn't belong.
Before I do that, Giatta wants your opinion on the Dream Scourge.
Giatta Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor. I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town?
I'm afraid he did.
He's a bigger fool than I thought. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dream Scourge. But first, I need some help around the farm. I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo.
If you're talking about the Revenant in your barn, I took care of it.
You did? That was quick. Poor Silvo. He was a bright young Revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace.
Silvo didn't have a lot of fight left in him.
Well, he was my first successful raising. Flawed and messy, but mine. So, the Dream Scourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dream Scourge. They have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen.
I've been to plenty of unusual lands. None of them have had spirit plague.
Precisely my point. There is something unique at the heart of this. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say.
Fascinating. I'm sure Giatta will be interested to hear this.
Well, I'm happy to give her some good news for a change. You and Giatta are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
Okay, didn't you want me to like dig in someone's body? Oh, we leveled up. Look at that. That's awesome. We're level 13. We're getting closer to that good level that we want. We didn't get any attribute points. Lame. Alright, let's move on.
I'm remembering why people find this place unsettling.
Maybe we did. Maybe it just didn't kick in yet. I'm gonna wait to see. No, just one ability point. Well, fine then. I didn't want an attribute point anyways. Jerk. Let's go see this. Oh, Hang on, there's a plant here. Is this Helia stuff? Yes, I need that. It's important. Yeah, it's a chest. Did we never go to the docks? I guess not, because we wouldn't have missed this. Candied nuts.
The great mystery is, are godlike blessed or cursed? The gods are silent on this question. Yvette, look what I found! A genuine godlike.
Oh my gods, Remy, it's finally happening.
Do you think they can hear us?
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend?
You do realize I understand you perfectly.
Remy, take a note. Fluent speech and upright posture show marks of sophistication in the endangered godlike. We heard that Giatta partnered up with an outsider, but I had no idea you were a godlike. Fascinating.
Giatta wants me to learn about the Dream Scourge.
I suppose we owe her a favor. Or two.
Giatta must have sent you to be our test subject. She knows how we adore your kind. Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giatta needs to finish her research. Deal?
Deal. Let's get this over with.
Let's begin the examination. If you could choose, who or what would you be in your next life?
A god.
Next time you go round the wheel, you might not get so lucky.
I like to come back as a godlike. It's pretty cool.
Who wouldn't? My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us?
I wasn't born to be your savior.
Weren't you?
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone?
There are many ways to leave a legacy, and mine are none of your business. Actually, hopefully people remember me in the way I've touched their lives.
Very optimistic, aren't we? I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
They might remember the bad things I do,
Giatta
though.
wants to know all about the Dream Scourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Just give me the bad news.
There's no cure for the Dream Scourge, much in the way that there's no cure for an avalanche.
Giatta will be interested to learn that the Dream Scourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dream Scourge, a pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
I assume not just any pillar will do, because nothing is ever that simple.
Trust in animancy to always find the most complicated way around a problem.
It would have to be a very ancient pillar. Giatta would know the details.
One more question. What do I do about the entity tethered to my soul?
An entity, you say? If this entity is your patron, that's all perfectly natural. But if it's something else, with enough essence and a capable animancer, perhaps you could trace this tether back to its source.
Right, and with a little fresh soccer, you can follow an ogre back to its lair. Still wouldn't recommend it.
Just be careful that your tether doesn't snap back and kill you in the process.
What?
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy. But we've taken enough of your time. Farewell.
You can study my anatomy.
Did you hear that Giatta was sent into exile?
Ugh, I might have dozed off there for a bit. Were any of those words the ones we needed?
Let's go and check this place real quick, see if we can get into this boathouse. Although it's not looking good. Apparently that was not a good place. Oh, there we go. Ah. We got up, but it doesn't look like there's any way in. I fell off. Alright, well, we'll call it here, I think. In the next video, we'll check in with Giatta, and we will, I guess, get started on the rest of whatever we're doing in this place. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, leave them below. Others will see you next time. Take care.